Hold on. Let me just get in the vibe. Give me a second. Alright, cool. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Whoa. Okay, so I just realized if my tongue is blue, it's because I was eating an ice pole, so I don't have any weird condition or anything like that, guys. Sorry for that. As you can see, I'm sitting down, and it's been a hot second since I've done one of those sit down and talk videos, but I felt like it was overdue. Before I like proper get into what I wanted to say, I just really wanted to express the fact that I am black and I am proud. Like, I couldn't be more proud of my skin color. And I just really wanted to say, like, no matter what may go on in the world right now, in the future, what may have happened in the past, I always want to let all the black people out there that everyone is beautiful. There's not a single person out there that is not beautiful. Like, every single person is beautiful. I don't feel like we should let society, let the situations that go on in the public, in the media, bring us down and make us like look at ourselves in a certain way. That is not what we should do. If anything, let's embrace what we have and love ourselves. Because if you can't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? Amen. So today I'm going to be talking about a topic that is very, how do I say this? I'm going to talk about a topic that like affects me and a lot of us. I can say that I am tired of having to go through the same, of having to hear the same things over and over and over again. It gets me annoyed as well, and you guys already know that I'm like such a like, you know, high-spirited person. You know that I'm constantly happy as well, but like, this is such a topic, this is a topic that gets me, you know, I don't even know, like, it just, I'm sorry, it's difficult to talk about. Like, it's the situation is just crazy. The first thing is the whole George Floyd situation. So George Floyd was 46 at the time. I actually can't speak because it's actually a very like you know, stressful topic. Okay, so he was 46 when he died, and he was pinned to the floor outside a shop in Minneapolis. I don't know how you say it, but it's gonna be there. That area, he was pinned outside a shop there on the ground with an officer who kneeled on his neck. There was witnesses that were there as well. There was things that George did say to the officer, like, I can't breathe, you know, he's hurting me and things like that. Officer obviously didn't listen, and that sadly led to his death. And literally his death has spiraled, and it's literally, everyone knows about it, I think. With the police brutality against black people, that's one thing I would actually never understand. When we see in the media, we see when a black person is suspected of doing something wrong, you see they're pinned to the ground, you see they're handcuffed, you see different things. But then when you see a white person, it's all, you know, can you come here please? Can you do that please? It's all like leniency. And it's like, why don't we have the same balance? Because really and truly, there should be equality. Like, we've been fighting for equality for a long time. Like, we really shouldn't be doing all of this again. So the actions the police committed at that precise point is absolutely, I can say that behavior was disgusting. And to hear that somebody is saying that they can't breathe, that they're in pain, and you're just, it's like, do you not have a heart? Like, everyone has a heart. So where was his heart at that precise moment? It's crazy. It's crazy to think that a human being can do that to another human being. It is absolutely crazy. So there's been protests, there's been riots. So with the protests and the riots, obviously my particular point of view on that is when people protest, there's peaceful protests and then there's also the bad protests as well. I personally would protest. I would go to Hyde Park and protest, but because I'm like still under the supervision of my parents, they kind of decide what I get to do or not. Obviously people were protesting about how he should get charged with murder and stuff like that, because it was cold-blooded murder. Like, he knew what he was doing. He could have taken off his knee at any point, but he didn't choose to. So obviously people wanted a change, and it comes out that he's charged with third-degree murder. Now, I'm not a lawyer or anything here, or, you know, I know a bit about the criminal justice system, but not that much. But I do know that third-degree murder, for what happened, that's definitely not third-degree murder. I'm basically saying that is first-degree murder. It was a murder. And then you have Donald Trump in the media saying George Floyd's death. It wasn't a death because he didn't die by coincidence or by natural resources. It wasn't like that. It was murder. And the evidence is there because the witnesses are there as well. It was murder. So when the media do try to twist situations, I really don't like that as well. And I feel like with the media, when the light is shone on a black person, everything seems to come out negatively. If the man was murdered, they would try and bring out something like, oh, the felon that was convicted for robbery, death at this point. That is not what happened. An innocent man was murdered cold-bloodedly. I can't even speak English because I'm getting like very... An innocent man was cold-bloodedly murdered by a police officer. You don't need to add things like felon, because he's not a felon. You don't need to add things like, you know, suspected for robbery or something, because you don't even know the situation that happened. The media is it's a very crazy place. It's very... I can't even. And I feel like the media and the police and things like that, they have a good way of trying to close the public's opinions. They like to do that a lot, and I don't know why. I really do not know why, because the people have something to say and you can't really silence what they want to say. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to say as well is the riots. And the riots is such a sad thing to say as well, because what is happening in the riots in America is that you have police officers and other white people dressing up, masked and everything, smashing up shops, you know, causing damage and destruction, and you know, it's all reflected back onto the black community. And it's kind of like, you know, but you know, we didn't do this, it's not us doing this. And you know, you see all these, you know, disturbing and hurtful videos of people, you know, like pleading for them to stop, you know, can you see everything you're doing? And it's just like, no, they won't listen. They won't listen. Like, it's actually really sad to see. And so I want to like shift the perspective and come to London for a bit. So another story of somebody that has died as well, sadly, is a woman called Mama Belly Mujinga. So she is Congolese, and she died because somebody that had coronavirus had spat on her while she was at work. And later on, you know, she got sick and was transported to the hospital, but then sadly didn't make it. So the person who has now spat on her is walking around. He's apparently, I think, 55 or something like that, but he is walking around freely. I'm pretty sure that the government and the police system think as well that that was, you know, she died, but she didn't die. That was murder, because it wasn't accidental. The guy did know what he was doing when he spat on her. He can't say something like, you know, he was talking to her, then spit flew out. It doesn't happen like that. When you spit on someone, you do it with intent. So he knew that he was going to spit on her, which means that is basically murder. So for now, somebody to be walking around freely like that, it's just a bit, you know, it's a bit sad, because now she's left behind children and now they don't have a mother. And to be honest, I can never actually like imagine that pain, but you know, it just hurts because not only again have we lost someone from the black community, I've now lost somebody from the Congolese community, and it's actually very sad because it's a situation that just always happens. It always happens, and you feel like, you know, it's gonna be fixed and everything's gonna be all right again, and then it just happens again, and it's like, when is things going to change? Like, you know, we're tired. We are actually tired. We can't fight anymore. So obviously, as a young black child, when you hear that somebody's died, it's not a pleasant thing to hear. But when you hear that another black person has died, that hurts even more, because it's like everything that we've been fighting for, everything that our ancestors and their ancestors before them have been fighting for, is literally for nothing. That's what it feels like. I know all their actions have not been in vain at all, but that's what it feels like. For a 15-year-old girl, I don't really want to be looking at social media and seeing that people are dying. It's not a nice thing to see. I know especially that the older generation and the generation that's below me as well, that's not the type of thing that we want to see at all. So our ancestors have always fought for us. Yeah, so, you know, from the slave trade times till now, everything they did was for us. We've always just wanted to be seen as an equal to the other race. Beforehand, in the olden times, you know, it was very difficult to see a black person in the same, you know, at the same level as a white person. For a black person in the world, it is actually very hard. I know to get the future I want, I would have to work 10 times harder. I know a lot of other people as well would have to work 10 times harder. It just is the way it is. Another thing I wanted to say is some people show what they feel on social media. So obviously there's some of us that have, you know, been reposting all these things that have been going on, you know, the protests, you know, reposting the people that have sadly passed away. Others may have not. I don't feel like, you know, we should question the people that are not posting it. We shouldn't be like, well, so what, you don't care about black lives, that's why you're not posting it. I don't think we should be like that. Different people digest different situations differently, and we need to be respectful of that. There was somebody that I watched. He's a very well-known British artist. His name is Ashley Walters. He was basically on Instagram Live, kind of, you know, crying and saying that, you know, people are getting onto him for saying that, you know, he doesn't post this, he doesn't post that, but, you know, really and truly, people don't really know what he's been through. I'm gonna try and insert the clip, but he's kind of saying that people don't really know what he's been through. At a young age, he's been through this. So for people to kind of, you know, get onto him for not posting something is absolutely crazy.
I will not let anyone, no one can tell me that I am complicit because I haven't posted anything about the scenario. For several reasons. But for the main one, I've been fighting this thing all of my career. Yeah? I'm seeing black people and big corporations and that posting stuff about your silence is a betrayal. Don't ever tell me that my silence is a betrayal. Where I've been left for dead on the street by white men, stabbed and left for dead, and these people have never been brought to justice, yeah? I worked hard, put my life on the line for all these men out here, yeah? While this been going on. And I ain't said nothing. But I'm talking now. I'm talking now because I had enough of this.
I feel like we should just be mindful of what we say. We're all going through this. We're all experiencing this. Even though we may not be at the root of where the problem's happening, everybody is dealing with this situation everywhere. Honestly, I want there to be a change. I don't want there to be this, you know, constant fear, this constant pain that we have as a community. I don't want this anymore. I don't want to, you know, probably be waking up thinking what's going to happen next in the world. We're literally dealing with coronavirus, and this just comes and bombards us again even 10 times harder, and it's just like, you know, when is this all going to stop? I feel like we can all make a change. If we really want to, we can make a change. There's so much things we can do. Protests, petitions. I don't want from this video for anyone to come out of it feeling disheartened, feeling like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, like nothing's even changing, I give up. From this video, I want you guys to be like, you know what, I can make a change. I can make a change simply by using my voice. I can make a change simply by donating £5 to this petition. I can make a change, period. You can make a change. This is sounding like some propaganda in school, but guys, this is the type of mindset we need to have in situations like this. As someone from the black community, you know, I want there to be a change. I don't want to hear any more black people are dying. I really don't want to hear that. It's really sad to hear. And yeah, but yeah, in a time like this, I just really want to encourage everybody to stay strong physically and mentally, because the situations that are going on in the world right now, I don't think any of us could have prepared for this. So everybody, I really hope that you stay strong, stay safe, and I love you guys all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new uploads. My socials will be somewhere on the screen, as you know. Don't forget to add them all up. Share with a friend if you haven't already. Really share this, because this is a very important topic to share. And let's also help me on my road to 1,000 subscribers, guys. Let's keep on pushing, because your girl's almost at 1,000 subscribers, so let's hit that. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.